Hey guys, welcome into another edition of Buckeye Chalk Talk. I'm Andrew Moses here for cleveland.com. Today we're breaking down Ezekiel Elliott's 85-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter of the Sugar Bowl, which proved to be the difference in Ohio State's 42-35 win over Alabama. Now, it was clear the Buckeyes played well in basically every phase of the game. Defense got some key turnovers, especially in the second half. Cardale Jones had a steady performance, made all the throws he needed to. But in my mind, the difference in the game was Ohio State's offensive line controlling the line of scrimmage, and Ezekiel Elliott obviously running for a Sugar Bowl record, 230 yards, and this huge touchdown run in the fourth quarter. Now, as we go to the play here, we're on a 1st and 10. Clearly, 30 minutes to go. This is crunch time. The Buckeyes need some first downs. Really probably just trying to run out the clock, trying to get a drive here, not give Alabama the chance to get the ball back. So on this first down, Alabama is in sort of a unique defense here. They're in nickel personnel, which means they've taken a linebacker out of the game. They've brought in an extra defensive back. But even out of that personnel, we have a bare defensive front. So you got a zero nose right here over the center, and you got defensive tackles over these two guards here. So playing an aggressive defense, trying to stop the run, but also trying to keep some speed on the field. As this guy down here, which usually would be a linebacker in a bare defense, he's sort of trying to cheat, pretending he's going to be in the flat. But when you see the wide shot of the play, you have a safety deep back in this part of the field on this hash out of the picture, which for an offense you can definitely tell that guy's probably coming. You're probably going to get straight man, which is what Alabama played here with just one safety over top. So on Ohio State's side, a formation we've seen all year, a pretty bread and butter for Ohio State. You got a receiver up top. This is Evan Spencer up here. You got Nick Vannett, tight end at the end of the line, and you got two receivers down at the bottom of the picture here. Cardale Jones in the shotgun and Ezekiel Elliott next to him. So what we got here is a pretty basic look from Ohio State, sort of an inventive look by Alabama, which we expected to see some nuances throughout the game. But clearly, Ohio State was able to expose it for a huge play. So as we go down to the iPad here, you see the formation we got. You also can see that free safety that we were talking about over top, that extra defender Alabama had brought in. Definitely looking like he's going to come, and this safety rotates down to play man coverage with the safety over top. So the Buckeyes here are running what we used to call sort of a zone G play. And the G would mean this front side guard here, Billy Price, is going to pull, and the ball is going to go towards the strong side, which would be where the tight end is. So the ball is going to go to the left here. So as we start going through the blocking here, first Alabama, this guy comes off the edge. The Buckeyes let him go. He's really not relevant in the play. Starting with the tight end here, does a nice job of stretching this linebacker, gets some movement, gets this linebacker to try to keep some gap integrity. He's the last guy in the line. He's trying to keep contained on the line of scrimmage. So play works well where they get a little seam there. He does a nice job holding on. Taylor Decker does a great job sealing this defensive tackle down, getting a nice reach. And then on the backside here, the center does a nice job here of hooking this nose. And then on the backside with Pat Elflein and Darrell Baldwin, they seal off the backside. So far Ohio State does a nice job with their down blocks and a good job of stretching by the tight end here to make a little bit of a crease in the defense. The key blocks are obviously Billy Price, the left guard, but surprisingly for most fans, a wide receiver probably made the most important block, maybe definitely in the game, maybe if you could talk about in the history of Ohio State's bowl seasons, this has been a huge one. So as Evan Spencer here, his job is to come down and block this front side linebacker. Then Billy Price is supposed to pull around here and really just wherever the hole is, once he sees it, he's supposed to cut it up. The amazing thing about Evan Spencer, he not only pancakes this linebacker, he knocked him down so hard and so far into outside of where he was supposed to be, this linebacker who's flowing gets caught up in the traffic and falls down. So Evan Spencer, a wide receiver, blocked two guys on this play. Hard to believe. I mean, an offensive lineman's bias, you really don't think you're going to get much of a block from a receiver. He not only pancakes his guy, which is remarkable in itself, he also takes out another guy. So two guys from Alabama's defense neutralized by Spencer. This corner here on the outside, he's got outside contain. So that gives you a crease in the defense. With Taylor Decker's block here on the inside, Vanette makes a nice stretch here on the linebacker, gives us this side, and with Evan Spencer sealing off 2 linebackers, pancaking 1, you've got a great hole in the defense. Billy Price does a nice job getting some depth, finds the hole, pulls up inside. This safety's coming down as a last-ditch effort trying to make a stop. Price does a nice job of squaring him up, and that leaves a huge hole for Elliott to run through. He makes a nice cut, and he's off the races for an 85-yard touchdown. So Ohio State has definitely shown they are a complete team. Some of the teams I was on that came up short in national championship games, you talk about Ohio State's team last year, probably weren't championship caliber teams in all 3 phases, on offense, defense, and special teams. The Buckeyes have shown they clearly have that. The question is now, will they be able to put it together one more time against a very talented Oregon Ducks team? We'll see how it all goes down in Texas. I'm Andrew Moses here for cleveland.com. May your weekend be as cool as the other side of the pillow.